Hello, my name is Barry Solomon, Barry J. Solomon. If you've been following me, to people that already know me or that don't know me, should I say? Um, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. It smells like burning. It smells like burning popcorn. Hold on. I thought I smelled burning popcorn for some reason. I had to go check. But this is the title of today's hangout. It's called "Be the Change." It's Friday, November 7th, I believe, 2014, and I'm happy you decided to share this time with me today. And you'll want to stick around because at the end of this Google Hangout, I'm going to share a special training that I prepared especially for you. It's going to be some cool stuff that I'm going to share with you. So you kind of want to stick around to the end of this thing, this hangout today, so that you can get that training and it will help you with your online business. That's all I'm going to say on that. But what do I mean by be the change? Let's think about that for a second. Be the change. About around 2000, it was the year 2000, I had met this guy and he showed me what identity theft was. Taught me everything about identity theft. This guy was doing identity theft before identity theft was called identity theft. This guy was so big that he made companies like Home Depot and some other Sears, some other companies change their policies, their credit card issuing policies. That's how big he was. And he taught me some stuff on identity theft. And I started to do that stuff. I started to get credit cards. I had profiles. I had people's names, social security numbers, senators, policemen, farmers, you name it, we had their profiles. Very easy to get. But here's the thing that happened. This was a long time ago. And I understand that my past does not equal my future. And what happened was, one day, you see, I was in the Navy. I was in Norfolk, Virginia. That's where I was stationed. And when I left Norfolk, Virginia, I left some things behind. And one of those things was a checkbook. So here I am in LA doing this identity theft, getting credit cards and doing all this stuff. And one day, I had about $2,000 in my bank account at that time, just from doing different things. Excuse me. And what happened was, my one day I went to buy something, use my bank card, declined. So I called the bank, or I get online. I called the bank and I said, "What's going on? I can't use my card. What's the problem?" They said, "You have no money in your account." I said, "What? I have no money in my account?" What happened was, someone at the place where I used to stay, one of the friends or somebody, an associate, got a hold of my checkbook and started writing checks for they were paying their cell phone bill, they was paying their rent, they was buying groceries with my checks. And so they emptied out my entire checking account, living the good life off of my $2,000 that was in my bank account. So I decided to be the change. That was my default decision. So after that, I called the bank. I don't remember if I got my money back or not. It was a long time ago. But I do remember tossing all those profiles I had, all those names, the credit cards, the social security numbers, everything. I trashed it. I put it in the dumpster, and I never did identity theft again. Because I don't know if you believe in karma, but there's something that I believe in is karma. You reap what you sow, or whatever you put out there in the world, in the universe, it comes back to you double sometimes, whether it's good or whether it's bad. So I decided to stop. I stopped doing that stuff. I decided to be the change at that point in time in my life. And I changed and I started doing something else. I think that's when I decided to start driving 18 wheelers. And so this week I've been doing this. If you've been following me, I have been doing this 7 deadly sins of a home-based business. And on the 6th part, at the bottom of my blog, it says, be the change. And so that's why I decided to title this Google Hangout / video blog, Be the Change. And below this video, there's going to be some text. And it's going to have a title above this video called Be the Change. And now you're listening to me on your smartphone, most likely, because most people watch videos on their smartphones or their tablets or their iPad. Some people use their laptops. Some people watch it at home on their desktop. So you're watching this video and you are soaking up this information. And at the end, you know that I prepared a special training for you. And so I want you to think about where you are in your business or in your life. If there's a change that you want, if there's a change that you're going after, maybe you're making very good money, maybe you have a very good job, maybe you have a very good practice, and you don't have to worry about money really, but maybe you're not free. Maybe you're just not free. Maybe your practice or your job takes away so much of your time and you don't have the time to spend with your family, your wife, your children. And maybe you're missing games, and maybe you're missing ballet recitals or whatever your child or children are into. Maybe you're always gone and missing it because you have to work, because you have to maintain your practice or your career or your profession. And maybe you want to change. You know, I remember the last leg of my driving 18-wheelers. When I decided I'm retiring, I'm turning in my driving gloves. Here, you can have them. And I was driving down this country road in Arkansas. Backcountry road. I was driving a water tanker truck. And I was delivering to different fracking sites. If you don't know what fracking is, you can look it up online. It's called fracking. I was delivering to different sites in the backcountry woods of Arkansas. I mean, dirt roads that went for miles, and turns and twists and uphills and downhills. And we're talking about hundreds of tons of water. So anyway, I was driving down one of these back roads, and I decided, all of a sudden it hit me just like a ton of concrete bricks. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why am I here? This is not what I want to do with the rest of my life. This is not how I want to spend my next 5 or 10 years. I'm wasting my time here. The money was okay. It was okay. I'll say that it was okay. But I decided that I had to do what I was meant to do. I had to go after my passion. And so that same week, I stopped working that job. I quit. I told him I quit. And I left. And I grabbed my family. Come here. You guys are coming with me. And we started a journey to Los Angeles, California, where I decided to become an audio engineer. So I went to school for 18 months in Los Angeles. But the beauty of this journey is we only had enough money to get halfway. But I went anyway. I ended up having to borrow money from a relative to get the rest of the way to Los Angeles. But in that very split moment, in that very split moment as I was driving that 18-wheeler down that country back road. I decided to be the change. There were no what ifs. What if it doesn't work? What if we don't make it? What if blank? What if blank? What if blah, blah, blah? What if we run out of money? When I decided to be the change, I just went with it. See, when you decide to do something big, the universe, God, or whatever you want to call it, brings things in your path to help you accomplish your goal or your dream or whatever you're moving towards. Things start happening. Things start coming into your world that help you along the way because you actually started the journey. You actually decided to start being the change and you got the ball rolling. So that's what I did. So we get to LA and we were out of money and we didn't have anywhere to stay. So we would go to this church and these people say, they gave us $50, one of them. We say we don't have anywhere to go, we don't have any money, just got here to LA from Arkansas. And one of the church members actually was an apartment manager at an apartment building, and they actually let us stay until we found a place. One of those things that happens when you start doing something, when you just go after your passion, whatever you want to do, just go after it and start doing it, other things start happening in your favor, come in your path. They start coming from all directions. I decided to be the change. And so you're watching this video, you're listening to the sound of my voice, you're sitting in your seat or your chair or your car, or you're smoking a cigarette on your lunch break, or you're on your lunch break, and you're considering making a change in your life. And you're considering maybe doing something crazy like I did. I mean, it was crazy. Who does that? Who packs up their family and moves from one state to another without even having the full amount of money? Just start driving. Get in the car, get the U-Haul, and start driving. Who does that? Entrepreneurs, people with big visions, people who don't see where they are, they only see where they're going. And so I want you to really think about your current life and what is the change, because everybody is looking for some type of change. Most people, most of us, mostly financial change. And we search the internet, how to make money online, starting a home-based business. And maybe you're one of those people that's been searching home-based business, how to make money online. And maybe you want to get out of where you are. Be the change. Any change that you want in your life, you can have it in a split second. When I made that decision to go to California to become an audio engineer, I made that decision in a split second. Just hit me out of nowhere. That's what entrepreneurs do. That's what we do. That's what business owners do. That's what company owners do. That's what we do. We become the change. And we make things happen. We take massive action. If you're still watching this video, you're still listening to the sound of my voice, you are one of those people that is ready to take massive action, to do something crazy, to do something that your family will say, "What are you doing? Have you lost your mind? Get a job. What are you doing?" And so this is the last and final deadly sin of a home-based business, or people that want to start a home-based business, or people that want to work from home, that is searching for something, a change. See, one of our products, our main product within my company is people. It's our main product, people. Learning about people, communicating with people, creating videos, putting value out there in the marketplace instead of just a link on Google Plus or in a Facebook group or a Google Plus community. That's what we're all about. But our main product, the main product that we market is change. Change. Because we live in a world that is uncertain. We're surrounded with uncertainty. The economy is uncertain. Whether or not you're gonna have your job is uncertain. One thing, all it takes is one thing to happen in one sector of the economy, and your practice disappears. Poof, gone. Whatever your practice is, unless maybe if you're a doctor or something like that. There's so many, there are lawyers and doctors out there that appear to have it all, but that are broke at a higher level. Imagine that. Someone that looks like they have it all, Mercedes, Range Rover, a house to live in, nice big house, a house that could be in foreclosure right now, and no one else knows it but you, because you're the person or the doctor, you're the lawyer, whose house is in foreclosure. Be the change. I think back to Tracy Walker. She's in our company, and she was a real estate investor. And when the market took a dive, I think it was 2009 or whatever, whenever that was, whenever the real estate bubble busted, she found her. I mean, she had the Range Rover, the big house. She had maybe 4 cars, money coming in, making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month. But when the market crashed, she found herself on food stamps, living off the government. And she couldn't figure out how she got there. How did she get in that position? Her house was being foreclosed on, and she decided to stop making the payments because she felt, why would I make payments on a house that's upside down? Meaning it's worth less than what I owe on it. So I owe $200,000 on the house, and it's only worth $100,000. Why would I make those payments? So she stopped making the payments, and what did she do? She decided to be the change. She found an online business that worked for her. She started working it. She went through the trainings. She got the resources that she needed so that she could build an empire on the internet. And that's exactly what she did while her house was in foreclosure, while she was on food stamps. She had a pity party. It took some time to get over all that stuff that was happening to her at the time. She had to argue with folks. She had to throw things at the wall. She had to cry, different things like that. But in the midst of all this, she started to build a business on the internet. She got the resources. She got the training. She bought the training. She bought the trainings that taught her how to create an empire on the internet, how to build a massive, huge team on the internet, how to sow into other people's lives and help other people become rich like her. I think she just bought a yacht recently, but that's where she came from. And she decided to be the change. And so I decided to do this final series, part 7, Be the Change. 7 deadly sins of a home-based business owner. And I just wanted to share this with you. And I wanted to thank you for hanging out with me on this Friday. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to hang out with me, Barry J. Solomon. My wife is not here today, Brandy Solomon. And we have 5 beautiful children. and we're able to live without having a job. We're able to be free. I like this location that I'm filming at because it's actually an empty pool. And the reason that I like it is because it reminds me of what my life used to look like, what it used to be like an empty pool. I mean, think about it. Think about a pool when it's full and it's blue and it's clean and the sun is bouncing off the top of the pool and it's pretty and there's lawn chairs all around. And you just want to jump in. You want to just sit by the pool all day. But on the flip side, you think about a pool that's empty and it has leaves in it and it has dirty water at the bottom from the rain. And it's all dingy and color faded. And those are kind of two sides of life and of business. You have the bright pool. You have business is good. People are joining your business. People are buying your product. Then you have the other side when you first start in your business online or whatever, and it's kind of dingy, kind of grimy, kind of dirty. Yeah, you're on the grind all the time. You're still trying to build your business, your email list. And that's why I picked this location. That's why I like to film at this location, because it reminds me of where I came from. Be the change. Once again, my name is Barry Solomon. On location, Austin, Texas. One of my favorite shooting spots for doing Google Hangouts or random videos. Excuse me. And I thank you for hanging out with me, sharing this moment with me, because I know you could be anywhere, doing anything with anyone, but you decided to click on that link in your inbox, or that link on Facebook, or that link on Google Plus, and see, what is this guy talking about? What is he talking about today? What is he all about? Is there any value there? And last but not least, I would like to say this. If you're on Google Plus watching this video, or in a Facebook group and you're watching this video, I want you to look at all the people, all the links, all the business opportunities down there, up there, over there, over there. Join my mother of all businesses. How I make $3,000 a month. Join this company, join that company. But who is actually putting videos that elicit, that share value with the marketplace? Who is actually putting up videos? There are people like me that are putting up videos that actually teach, add value to the group, add value to the community. Because I want you to understand something. The reason why you're still watching this video, the reason why you're still listening to my voice, sitting in your chair, watching on your smartphone or your tablet or your iPad, is because you identify with me. Not because I'm pretty, I know I'm pretty, but because people identify with flesh and blood. People identify with flesh and blood. You see, when you come on the internet, you make videos and you tell your story, people see that. People on Google Plus see that. People on Facebook groups, they see that. They say there's something different about this girl or this guy. And they resonate with you, something that you're saying. And they say, let me find out more about this person. There's something different. Maybe there's something even special about this person. And so they look you up. They check out your Google Plus profile. And they check out your videos on Facebook. And next thing you know, Every single day you're starting to get new subscribers on your email list because people are getting value from what you're putting out there in the marketplace, from your blog posts, from your videos. And if you're in an MLM company or network marketing company, that's how you start to build a team, a group, an organization. By putting videos on the internet, learning how to speak on video, practicing, learning what to say, how to say it, knowing who your target market is. And it starts to attract people to you. Instead of always just posting our links. I mean, I post my link too. I post my join my company too. I do the same thing. But imagine how much better your business would be. Imagine how much bigger your team will grow too by just providing value to the marketplace. And imagine what Google Plus would look like, what Facebook groups would look like if people just started to add value instead of always just posting their links. That's all I have for today. Title of the tag was what was the title? Sometimes my brain, I don't know. Title was Be the Change. And if you're still here, I have a special training for you. There's a link below this video to a training that is a really cool. So I'm going to share some really cool stuff with you in this training. So what you want to do now is you want to click the link below this video. I'll see you next Friday, our next Google Hangout. Don't forget, every Monday night we have our Empower Hour call where we have millionaire guests come and speak, and the stuff that they talk about applies to you no matter what business you're in. And the good thing about it is you get to hear the language patterns of people that are millionaires. And when you listen to those language patterns and those people enough, you begin to develop those language patterns. You begin to develop ways to speak to your niche market. You say, oh, that's how you say that. Or I see how he did that, how he tied that into that. And so, anyway, I'm going to shut up. Barry J. Solomon, thanks for hanging out with me, the things I say. Thank you for hanging out with me on this Friday evening. Be the change. Click the link below this video for the training that I've told you about yesterday, and I'm telling you about again. And if you love this hangout, if you love this blog post, wait till next week. You're going to love it even more. What I have in store next week. I don't know what the topic is going to be of next week. I might just do some random blog posts, some random value. I don't know. You never know. You never know what I might post next. Barry J. Solomon. Gurus in Training. Episode. I never remember the episode, but it'll be there up on the top in the title. See you next week. Barry J. Solomon signing off. OnlineCashAddicts.com. That's my blog. I'll see you next week. Thanks for hanging out with me. Long live the Republic. How do you stop this thing?